Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. Is there any money in DS games? So the DS is one of Nintendo's biggest successes. Released in 2005, it sold approximately 154 million units, making it one of Nintendo's most profitable ever consoles. It wasn't discontinued until 2013. That's right, 2005 all the way to 2013. And there's approximately 2,000 games for this console. There's absolutely loads of stuff out there, and it can be really difficult sometimes to know what to pick up. Obviously the DS is a super popular console, and there's still loads of games in charity shops, car boot sales, and there's just dotted about, and they're really easy to pick up on Facebook and Marketplace. So today I'm going to run through 10 games that you should definitely be keeping an eye out for, and definitely ones you should be picking up that have got good value. Just to start, there will be lots of Pokemon games in this section, but not all Pokemon games are worth good money. The two that are pictured above now only sell for about £5 or £6 each, and definitely one to avoid. But saying that, all main franchise games on the DS for Pokemon are worth at least £30, so always pick up Pokemon games, but just make sure you check when you pick them up which ones you've got. So we're going to start off at number 10. So number 10 is Final Fantasy IV on the DS. Expect to fetch around £20. This amazing franchise has been around for ages, with its super successful Final Fantasy VII on the PS1, going right back to the days of the Super Nintendo, right up to modern day with the re-release. Everybody that loves the franchise is always looking for new games, and you can pick up Final Fantasy IV on the DS for about £20. Next up is Harvest Moon. Now there are a couple of Harvest Moon games, but the one that I've picked today is Grand Bazaar. You can pick it up for about £20, or it resells for about £20 on the DS, and it's definitely one worth picking up. Next up, Animal Crossing. Again, another one that's an amazing franchise, super popular. People are always looking out for Animal Crossing. This is Animal Crossing Wild World. Expect to pay about £22, or you can pick this or retail this game for about £22. Fantastic franchise and one to look out for. Another big name franchise next up is Resident Evil Deadly Silence. This is one of the Resident Evil spin-off games. Obviously the main franchise is what everyone tends to go towards, but they did get a DS release, and this one expect to pay about £25. Next up, number 6 is the first of the Pokemon games. So we have Pokemon Pearl. Definitely one to pick up. Expect to get about £30 for this. Definitely, like I said before, all Pokemon games, main franchise titles, are worth picking up on the DS. And like I said, this goes for about £30. Next up is another Pokemon game. So this time it's Pokemon Black. There are Pokemon games I've missed off this list, but I decided to pick the ones I thought you had the best chance of finding out there in the wild. Pokemon Black, expect to be getting about £35, or expect to pay about £35. And definitely a great game and one to definitely pick up. Next up is Castlevania games. Most of these, there's about two or three. They all retail at about the same price, about £35–40. Most are worth picking up, and definitely add this one to your list when you see it out and about, or pick it up in your collection. Next up is a slightly rarer game, but this is available. It's the fantastic franchise, one I love myself. This is Metal Slug 7 on the DS. Expect to be paying around £45–50 if you can find it anywhere. Definitely one to pick up, and a great franchise. And if you've not played this game, it's definitely one worth picking up. So the last Pokemon game in my list of top 10 is Pokemon Platinum. There are a couple that are worth a bit more money, but then hardly ever about. I've seen Pokemon Platinum a couple of times. It's definitely reachable. It's definitely negotiable. It's definitely worth picking up. And I value it about £58–60. So next up, the last one on my list, my number one game to pick up for the DS, just to prove there is good money in DS games, is Chrono Trigger. An absolutely fantastic game. The fan base for the Chrono Trigger is massive. It always ranks really high in the top 5 DS games, and it's definitely worth picking up, and expect to pay around £60 for this game. So thank you very much for watching. What did you think about this DS special? I really enjoyed filming it, as I do with all these videos. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of new videos that are coming up. And don't forget to give that video a thumbs up because it really helps me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.